I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Okay, it's Saturday, so let's do a bit of an investing mindset, the proper attitude you need to have for success. Came across a guy on Twitter here, was dispensing some pretty good wisdom. He says, success is no accident. And most successful people kind of follow these 4 traits. So this is kind of, you guys know, this is just going to be positive affirmation. I've talked about this many times over the last 10 years on my blog. I talk a lot about it in my book. That first 2 chapters in my book, if you've read it, setting the stage for the proper mindset you're going to need to be an investor as opposed to a speculator. And what that means is you're going to have to go through thick and thin. Good markets, bad markets, terrible markets. This year will probably be one where my portfolio will be down, I don't know, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, maybe close to $1 million. Who knows? I've got a big portfolio, but I've been through this before and way worse. But who knows? Market might rally later into this year. I'm still buying every month when I get my dividends coming in. I'm putting it to work, and I look at it as a welcome opportunity here. I'm still in the accumulation stages. So let's just rapid fire through them too. If you want to be successful, here's 4 things that all successful people do. I agree. I would consider myself successful. Multi-millionaire in my late 30s and gone on well beyond that. Top Vancouver Realtor. I follow all these things. These are all 100% true what this guy is doling out here. They read. Well, yeah, I've talked about this all the time. I'm always reading. Probably 50% of the stuff I read these days is, investing, real estate, becoming a better investor. The other 50% for me anyways is optimizing my life. So it's things on working out, nutrition, sleep, how to feel better, all that stuff. And I've done many blogs on that, how that's the missing link for a lot of people. Great to be earning money, but you've got to have everything going for you, especially when you get into your later years, into your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. You've got to have a fitness regimen. You've got to be eating right, sleeping, all that stuff. So I'm always reading. Step number 2, they never stop learning, for sure. I'm in classes, workshops all the time. The real estate board makes us all to renew my license every 2 years. I've got to attend 50, 60 hours of education, which I love because I'm always learning new stuff, reading, meeting people, going to seminars, all that stuff. Never stop learning. Number 3, they ignore the noise. Well, how many times have I told you guys, be very careful with the media. Most of it is negative, fear-based, get you in that cocoon of fear, or it's, and stir up feelings of envy or anger or resentment, anxiety, and just make you do dumb things. Sell this, sell that, time the market, get out of the market, sell your home, and we'll rent for 2 years and buy back in. It sounds crazy, but I see it all the time in the media. So be careful, tune out the noise. As I often said, focus on you and the things you can have control over. Keep your blinders on. It doesn't mean you're oblivious to what's going on in the world, but you're focusing on the things that you have your fingers on, that you can control. And that's getting better at your career, starting a new career, starting a side hustle, learning new things, becoming a better investor, becoming a better parent, getting in shape, getting enough sleep, eating right. These are all things that will have a huge impact on you that you are in the driver's seat with. What the economy does, or micro or macroeconomics, is just a colossal waste of time. You don't need any of it. And the sooner you figure that out, the better off you will be, and you will be rising much quicker than you are right now when you start to tune out the noise. Final thing is they take consistent action. Again, in my book, becoming financially secure, owning a real estate portfolio, retiring early, as Warren Buffett says, it's seldom ever any one big move. Even though I have stocks and I still own real estate that I'm up 600-700% on, I have lots of companies like Apple that I'm up 1,200-1,300% on, huge winners. But the real meat and potatoes for me is over the last 20 years buying Bell Canada shares continuously, or TELUS, or Royal Bank, or TD, or Scotiabank. Just systematically buying these, they yield you 4.5%. They're not gonna go up 50% in a year. They're gonna go up slow and steady, 2-3% return plus the dividend. That's how you get rich. I look back in my portfolio and some of the stuff I've owned, Macdonald's and Johnson & Johnson for the last 15 years. Slow and steady returns, solid increasing dividends that you keep reinvesting. So it's just a slow, consistent process. And that's all there is. A couple other quick things here, because my battery's going to run out and I got to go to an appointment. So, in Wall Street Journal, you guys know it's one of the few media outlets I subscribe to. Saw a recent article in there. 78% of American millionaires are self-made. 78%. A lot of people seem to think it's all inherited money and all that other stuff. 78% are self-made. I'm self-made multimillionaire. It can be done if you start early. The younger you start, the better. And it's just taking systematic little steps. You're not going to get there overnight. I talk about it in my book. I didn't know anything in the first 10 years buying real estate or buying my first mutual funds and stocks. After 15 years, okay, I can kind of see how this is coming now. I've got 25, 30,000 coming in dividends. I'm reinvesting it. It's starting to snowball. It takes time. It's a long-term process. None of this stuff should be a surprise to you guys. I've talked about this many times before. Financial freedom, success, buying your first property, buying an investment property. Enjoy the journey with it, but don't put pressure on yourself to become a millionaire in 5 years. It's not going to happen. Just pay yourself first, set aside 10, 15%. You have to invest it. You're not going to save your way to any type of success. Not these days with inflation and the measly interest rates they're going to give you. You have to invest it, get it working for you. I'm Owen Bigland. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.